daylights, my world from a mile high. Best seat in the house tonight. Touchdown on the cold black top. Hold on for the sudden stop. Breathe in the familiar shock of confusion and chaos. All those people going somewhere. Why have I never cared? Give me your eyes for just 1 second. Give me your eyes so I can see everything that I keep missing. Give me your love for humanity. Give me your arms for the broken hearted, the ones that are far beyond my reach. Give me your heart for the ones forgotten. Give me your eyes so I can see. Yeah. Sitting out on the busy street, see a girl and our eyes meet. Does her best to smile at me, to hide what's underneath. There's a man just to her right, black suit and a bright red tie. Too ashamed to tell his wife he's out of work, he's buying time. All those people going somewhere. Why have I never cared? Give me your eyes for just 1 second. Give me your eyes so I can see everything that I keep missing. Give me your love for humanity. Give me your arms for the broken hearted, the ones that are far beyond my reach. Give me your heart for the ones forgotten. Give me your eyes so I can see. Yeah. I've been here a million times, a couple of million lives. Just moving passing by, I swear I never thought that I was wrong. Well, I want a second glance, so give me a second chance to see the way you sing the people all along. Give me your eyes for just 1 second. Give me your eyes so I can see everything that I keep missing. Give me your love for humanity. Give me your arms for the broken hearted, the ones that are far beyond my reach. Give me your heart for the ones forgotten. Give me your eyes so I can see. Give me your eyes for just 1 second. Give me your eyes so I can see everything that I keep missing. Give me your love for humanity. Give me your heart for the broken hearted, the ones that are far beyond my reach. Give me your heart for the ones forgotten. Give me your eyes so I can see. Yeah. Yeah. to worship. You and I are called to love. You and I are forgiven and free. When you and I embrace surrender, you and I choose to believe. You and I will sing. We were meant to be. You and I are made to worship. You and I are called to love. You and I are forgiven and free. When you and I embrace surrender, you and I choose to believe that you and I will sing. We were meant to be. We were meant to be. We were meant to be. We were meant to be.
There are so many things to get excited about that are happening here at Courthouse Community United Methodist Church. I know that living here in Virginia Beach, it's supposed to be a time of relaxing in the summertime, but not here. Friday night, Kathleen Fasani was here. We had people from all over the region. Cassie Lynn was here, and she was singing for us and leading us in worship. Amazing experience. Yesterday changed the world. This afternoon, there's people getting ready for VBS and child protection training and all that. This week, VBS. The following week, Youth Outreach Week. Whew! Exhausting. But it's good every once in a while to pause, to celebrate the successes, the amazing miracles that are taking place because of this church, and to also understand why we do what we do. There was an event that took place just a few days ago, and our youth, they inspired hope and spread love and transformed the world at CCC.
Well, our youth group went to North Carolina, and my group personally, we built a wheelchair ramp, and we cut grass, and we just got to encounter really amazing people and just have a lot of fun.
Well, there was a lot of travel time because we had to travel out to all those different counties to get to the ones that were going to help them.
And we helped with whatever they needed help with, like yard work or painting.
And we just did the work of God for them.
All of our families were really amazing, just to see how their life was, how different it is from everyone that goes to our church, and how they came out strong from whatever they had to encounter, and just they were all amazing and warming and welcome and thankful for everything we did.
It was great because we got to meet some other people that we probably wouldn't have otherwise, and doing the activities together really broke down some walls that maybe wouldn't have happened otherwise.
At a few of the houses we went to, they did, if they had children, the children would work with us. But some of the people couldn't physically do the work, but they would stand by and talk to us while we worked and helped us.
Either build ramps or just do yard work or things that they can't really do by themselves. And there's a lot of bonding time as well.
At first, they were a little quiet, and so were we, but after we kept working at their house, they started to talk to us more, and we got to know them better.
And she was telling me about just her whole family, and she was such a sweet lady, and she basically kept her family together.
At one of the houses we worked at, we helped another group finish their wheelchair ramp, and the people at the home who the wheelchair ramp was for, we got to see them use it for the first time, and that was really cool seeing them be able to use something that they didn't have before.
Because there was a lady who hadn't mowed her lawn in a year, and so we needed to go through and mow up all of her. Well, we used a weed whacker because the lawnmower was kind of broken, and so we had to weed back all her yard. It was supposed to be a 2-day project, and we were in the car no, we're going to make this a one-day project. So we got it done in one day and had to go back and trim it up a little bit, make it pretty stuff. But we did get it done in one day and kind of got pretty proud of that.
I personally felt close to God when all of the different churches came together and all became friends and just worshiped together and just realized that we're all under one God and one God created all of us and how amazing He is.
I think I saw God most on this trip was through the nature and through all the different things that we saw that we wouldn't see every day and the small things that we came to realize as a result of that.
I experienced Him through like all the sights and stuff, like beauty of the mountains and
It's kind of like an eye opener, I guess. It shows you that there are people out there who are far worse shape than you are. So
Cleaning this lady's garage that we did, kind of funny. We were just doing it and found this watch, and it ended up being a Rolex, which was $25,000, and she had no clue what it was or anything. And the garage was being used for a yard sale, or a garage sale, that was getting paid for her husband's funeral costs because he just passed. And she had no clue it was down there, and I brought it up to her attention because she said anything you could have, and I was just like, somebody's gonna end up taking this, and I really need to tell her. And I thought that was God's calling to me. So
Night. It was the last night. It was during worship, and I looked to my left, and I just saw kind of my best friends just standing there during worship. And these are people that I'd grown up with, and there were two like specific people that I was like, this is going to be my last youth event with them. And like, I don't know what happened. I just started crying, and I was like, I've grown up spiritually with these people for so long, and it was like, it was just God put these people in my life, and I just now realized how much they meant to me. That was my God moment.
Last count that I heard, there were 130 some people that were involved yesterday in Change the World 5. It's hard to believe we've had 5 of them over the past, year and a half or so. But 130 some people were there, and there was demolition, and there was rebuilding, and there was painting and painting and painting and hauling stuff away and filling the dumpsters. I don't know what, it's just... There were 5 dumpsters or 4 dumpsters there, and they were filled up with stuff by the time we finished. And were working there, and supplies kept coming. And out of that, the women's ministry was there, and they found 35 families that they're going to be getting school supplies for the children, and people were there working. And it was interesting, as we got prepared for this last week, we threw out the notice trying to get some help, not just hands-on help, but also some volunteers to come forward with some donations. Things were a little slow at first until you remember from the emails, Steve Clark networked somebody, and somebody donated a roof to one of the trailers. And after that, it was like the floodgates opened, and all of these resources started pouring in. And they were flooding the place with air conditioners that we had by the Sunday was finished Sunday worship. They were here, and food and money was pouring in. And we came out yesterday and just really had a great time. Got to know some of the people. It's interesting because it's our 5th time. You go back and you see some of the homes that we've worked on and Change the World earlier, 2, 3, 4. And they're there, and we meet those people, and we're meeting some new people that are there. And you run into some new people, and you make some new friends. One guy, Victor, was there, and he is a young guy, and he had a young family, and he was just overwhelmed that there was a church to be willing to come there and help them with that. And then there were games that our children's ministry went out and did with the children, and then the food showed up about 2 o'clock, and it was amazing, all of the food that was there. In fact, there was so much food that you donated that when it was all over with, it was kind of like that story in the Bible about the loaves and the fish. By the time it was over with, they had all this food left over, so they went down the street to the JCOC, and hundreds more were fed with your contributions yesterday, and it was just this amazing, amazing event that was there. And there's lots of stories that people can tell about what happened and what they experienced. But I want to share with you one story. After the food, the ice cream truck showed up with the distinctive noise of an ice cream truck, the bells that were tinkling. And all of these children's eyes got huge. And people lined up, and the ice cream guy was just great. I mean, they were like mobbing the ice cream truck for the free ice cream that we had. And he was just really great. And was very patient with everybody. And it wasn't just the kids, the adults. We were all running over because it was a hot day yesterday to get our icy that was there. And just had this great day. And then afterwards, we had a lot of time to interact with the families. And there were games there and the kids. And there was a croquet set that somebody had set up. And so I saw some kids over there hanging out with the croquet mallets and the balls, and these are just little kids, little preschoolers, and so I went over there and was playing croquet. Now you have to understand, we're not really playing by the rules of croquet. It was a new game. The game was how far can we whack that ball and across the field, and invariably it always went into this big clump of poison ivy that was there, and I had to bite the bullet and reach in there and get it because the kids weren't going in there. But 2 of the kids that were there hitting those balls around with their mallets, one was Edwin and the other one was Jennifer. And so they're just little kids. We were talking and laughing, and they were hitting theirs harder than I was and into the poison ivy, and they burst out laughing and thought it was funny. And so we were laughing. And then another little girl came up and picked up her mallet and the ball that she was going to be there with us too. And she's another little kid. And she said her name was Rosa Marie. And so I was talking to Edwin and Jennifer because we'd been playing croquet for a long time. And Rosa Marie, she looked up at me before she started, and she was watching, and she said, "You know their names?" And I said, "Yeah. Jennifer and Edwin." "You really know their names?" Jennifer and Edwin. Yesterday was a hot day. Sweaty, dirty, having to do things with our hands as we were demolishing and going into places where, we didn't want to go. Some people might ask, and some people have asked here at Courthouse, why do you do it? Why do you go all the way down to Trailer City, Bird Neck Corridor? Why do you do it? And there's really only one answer. Courthouse is great. People send me stuff all the time. pictures and videos and stuff. And they're great because they hear about what we're preaching on in the worship series, and so they send me all these ideas, and they're great. I always try to use whatever I can that people send in, but somebody sent a quote in this week, and it says this. It says, "We lose ourselves in the things we love, and we find ourselves there too." We lose ourselves in the things we love, and we find ourselves there too. You know, in all the sweat and the dirt and the hard work yesterday, I don't remember any of that. What I remember is Rosa Marie. You know their names? You really know their names? We lose ourselves in the things we love. We find ourselves there too. Jesus understood love. He talked a lot about it. In fact, if you follow along in the life of Jesus in the Gospels or in the rest of the New Testament, where it refers back to this Jesus that they encountered, many of them firsthand, this love keeps coming up. And it's a particular kind of love that Jesus lived. It wasn't this, I love you and we're the same and we're going to hang out together because we act, look, believe, live near each other. It's a different kind of love. In fact, in the Gospel of John, in the 13th chapter, Jesus has just explained to his disciples that he's going to have to die. He's going to give up his life. That was his vision from the very beginning. His plan was total sacrifice because he loved the world. And some of the disciples had not bought into that vision. And Jesus tells them, one of you is so outside the direction that we're heading that, this is a Easter story, you're going to betray me. And so they're about midway through John chapter 3, Judas gets up and he walks out. He goes in the other direction. And as they see Judas leaving, Jesus turns to those who are remaining and he gives them one more moment of clarification. This is what your life is supposed to look like if you follow me. If you're living into my vision, my goal for you. John 13:31. When he had gone out, this is Judas, Jesus said, "Now the Son of Man has been glorified, and God has been glorified in him." That means that God is revealed or seen in the things that Jesus does. When you see Jesus, you see God. If God has been glorified in him, God will also glorify him in himself and will glorify him at once. Verse 33. Little children. Now he's not talking to kids. He's talking to adults. Little children. I am with you only a little longer. You will look for me, and as I said to the Jews, and in that day and time, those are the people that were considered the most devout followers of God. And as I said to the Jews, so I now say to you, where I'm going, you can't come. But I give you a new commandment, that you love one another. And then Jesus clarifies it, gives it some extra punch here, just so we don't get confused or misunderstand. Love one another, just as I have loved you, you also should love one another. By this, everyone will know that you are my disciples, if you have love for one another. And remember, Jesus has just finished talking about this ultimate sacrifice he's going to make, that he's going to have to die, that he's willing to sacrifice his whole life because he loves the world. And then he says, this is the kind of love you're supposed to have, that you're supposed to love other people just like this. And that's my vision, my plan for you. And at the end of that, Jesus says, this is what will identify you as being one of my followers. Not some symbol or anything else, but that you love. Not love those who love you back, but love those who don't. Not just loving those who can't love you, but love those who won't love you. That's what it means to love like Jesus. For about 6 months now, we've been spending a lot of time focusing on this word. The word is vision. And the dictionary definition of a vision is an imagined idea or a goal toward which one aspires. But there is a real practical understanding of vision that we've been holding on to. And this is what a more practical definition might be. Vision gets you up in the morning, guides your actions throughout the day, and fuels your dreams at night. Whatever your goal is, it might be a personal vision or goal, it might be a family vision or goal, it might be a corporate institution, whatever it is, that you got to have this goal, this picture of what you want to achieve, and then you line everything up to get there. All of your resources, all of your energy, all of your desires, your priorities, your hopes, your dreams, your money, everything. It's what gets you up in the morning. You're thinking about the vision. It's what guides your actions throughout the day. Remember, it's what motivates you. And it's what fuels your dreams at night. So last fall, we had a big survey. Hundreds of you responded. Lots of information. People that are smarter than I am looked at the results, saw these trends, and we're talking about these things that they noticed that you were speaking as you prayed about what you thought God was calling us to do and who you thought God was calling us to be. And so then it was shared with lesser minds like mine. And the power of a vision statement is not that it's something that is discussed and debated. It's just whenever it's spoken, it so touches the soul that everybody says, "Oh, yes, that's it." So after a lot of prayer and community meetings and conversations and more prayer and discernment and listening to God, this emerged, the new vision statement. And went to church council, the leadership team. It went to lay leaders and trustees. A couple of weeks ago, 120 people came out for dinner. They were the committee people, team members in the church. And when it was revealed, they gave this standing ovation. They applauded for it. And this is what it is: connecting lives to build a community of faith that inspires hope, spreads love, and transforms the world by igniting a passion for Christ. Read it with me together. Connecting lives to build a community of faith that inspires hope, spreads love, and transforms the world by igniting a passion for Christ. For the past couple of weeks, they've been taking each section and unpacking it a little bit during worship. And so a couple weeks ago, we looked at the first section, connecting lives to build a community of faith. Then last Sunday, we looked at the second section, that inspires hope by igniting a passion for Christ. This week, we're going to look at the third section, that spreads love by igniting a passion for Christ. And what we're going to do today is what we've done in the past, is we take each word of that section and we just throw it out, and you holler out the first thing that comes to your minds, and then we look at the final phrase that kind of undergirds the whole vision statement. So here it is, first word, that. Just holler out. What comes to your mind? That. Connecting word. It connects what came before to over here. Anybody else? Next word. Spreads. What comes to your mind? Share. What else? Covers. What else? Expands. Go to. Builds. I didn't hear that one. Blends. Good. Last word, love. What comes to your mind? What is it? Compassion? Smiles? What else? Unconditional. Warmth? I didn't hear that. Openness? I didn't hear that one. Jesus? Embracing. Surrender. The last section, by igniting a passion for Christ. What comes to your mind? Excitement. Action. A goal. Christ. Praying. Spreading love by igniting a passion for Christ. Somebody said it could be also unpacked this way. Instead of judging people by their past, stand by them and help them repair their future. Instead of judging people by their past, stand by them and help them repair their future. Yesterday, 130-some people showed up, Bird Neck Corridor. Varying skills, varying abilities. Not there to judge, but to remind people that they're loved. They're loved by the God of all creation. To somehow help them repair their future. To be reminded that they belong to God. They have value. We're talking about a vision, an imagined idea or goal toward which one aspires. And it's not some dictionary definition. It's something that somehow grabs hold of every part of our lives because it's what gets us up in the morning. It's what guides our actions throughout the day. It's what fuels our dreams at night. Those disciples in John 13, they struggled with the vision of Jesus because they really wanted it to be about them and about them feeling loved. And Jesus says, no, it's about you giving love. It's about sacrifice. There's lots of accounts in the Bible of people who are hearing God's vision and then somehow decide not to follow that direction. One of the classic stories comes from Psalm 90. And there's a song that we sing sometimes in this worship service about being carried away. And it actually is inspired by Psalm 90. It's where people heard some vision from God, and instead of following God's direction, they turn in the other direction. And they reach some place after some season, we don't know how long it is, where they realize what a great mistake they made. That they had invested all of their energy and all of their time and all of their resources in this other vision, and they should have been following God. And by the time they get to verse 12 in Psalm 90, they're asking God, teach us to number our days that we may get a heart of wisdom. We don't have a lot of time left. We've wasted so much. So help us to acknowledge that we don't have a lot of time left, God, and help us to live into your vision. And not just with our minds or our attitudes, but also with the works of our hands. By the time you get to verse 17, it says, let the favor of the Lord our God be upon us, and establish the work of our hands upon us. Yes, establish the work of our hands. The things that we do, like tearing down rotted structures and building new ones. The things that we do with our hands, like dishing out refried beans and vegetables and chicken for fajitas. The things that we do with our hands, like reaching into poison ivy and pulling out Jennifer's croquet ball so she can keep playing. The things that we do with our hands, God, bless them. May they be used to live out your vision. May they be used by you. So we here at Courthouse, we have discerned from God a calling, a vision. It's this. May we be a people connecting lives to build a community of faith that inspires hope, spreads love, and transforms the world by igniting a passion for Christ. Interesting thing about spreading love, and you are right on. It's some kind of action. It multiplies. It moves. It grows. It reaches out. It's all about sacrifice and sharing God's love. Is that we're not always aware of what is happening with that love that we share. When you leave today, you're going to get a gift. Ushers, you don't have to do it now, but when you leave today, you're going to get a gift. It's a little piece of extra chewing gum, all right? And the reason you're going to get that gift when you leave is because of this marketing campaign that Extra Gum is doing about showing and spreading love.
Sometimes the little things last the longest. Give extra, get extra.
It's one of those great commercials you don't even know what you're talking about until the end, right? And your heart melts. It's just something little, a gum wrapper. Sometimes love is like that. Just something little that we do, like chopping vegetables for fajitas, or playing croquet, or building a new wall in a house, or remembering a little kid's name. You know their names? You really know their names? And suddenly in that moment, you realize that some kind of relationship happens, that some kind of community is formed. And love is not some intellectual, philosophical something, but it's sacrifice and effort. God has called us to be God's people and to live into this vision. Connecting lives to build a community of faith that transforms, community of faith that inspires hope, spreads love, and transforms the world by igniting a passion for Christ. Extra Gum says it's this way. Sometimes the little things last the longest. Just little things. We might say it this way. Hug the hurt, kiss the broken, befriend the lost, and love the lonely. It was hot yesterday. Sweaty, dirty. Some of us had to do things and put our hands in places where they had never been before. But what I remember from yesterday most is Rosa Marie. You know their names? Really know their names? And suddenly in that moment, we lose ourselves in the things we love. We find ourselves there too. Jesus said, this is how people know me and know that you belong to me, is that you love like I love. That you're willing to sacrifice everything to let people around you know that they're loved. And so may we, as we leave this place, may we, as we hold on to our little stick of extra gum this week and we decide what we're going to do with it, may we, as we take those index cards that have the vision statement written on them and we encounter people this week who need that love from us and we can give them a card and invite them to this place. May we in this place, we wake up in the morning and may it guide our actions throughout the day, and maybe we dream about at night, be this people, connecting lives to build a community of faith. It inspires hope, spreads love, and transforms the world by igniting a passion for Christ. Pray with me. God, help us to be the people that you've called us to be. Those that inspire hope, spread love, transform the world as we build a community of people that have a passion for you. In Christ's name we pray. Amen. Let us stand and sing.
Carried away. know my number of days. Hold out my heart from getting carried. Teach me to know my number of days. Hold out my heart from getting carried. Teach me to know my number of days. Hold out my heart from getting carried. Teach me to know my number of days. Hold out my heart from getting carried. Carried away, 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 carried away.
Let us go from this place, and may we this week inspire hope, spread love, and transform the world by igniting a passion for Christ. Amen.